Hello, good and wonderful people. This is Tessie Anointed Gabriel YouTube channel. My name is Mary and I am your host for today. If this is your first time of listening to this, please click on the red subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell so whenever we upload new videos, you will be updated. Thank you for supporting this channel. On the news today, Malami rejects call to pay recovered looted fund into Federation accounts. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, on Tuesday rejected a request to return stolen funds, especially the ones linked to the late head of state, Sani Abacha, to the Federation account. Mr. Malami was reacting to the call made by a human rights lawyer, Femi Falana, that the recovered money ought to be paid into the Federation account and shared among the federating units. The AGF's position was contained in a statement by his spokesperson, Umar Gwandu, entitled "Looted Funds. Don't confuse public with myopic views," Malami replies Falana. The Justice Minister said Mr. Falana made erroneous assertion on the process of disbursement and use of recovered stolen funds based on the provisions of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission Act and Section 153 of the Nigerian Constitution. Mr. Malami added that it depicts a rash analysis devoid of clear legal foundations. Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission Act has nothing specific on funds recovered from indicted public officers or assets recovered internationally, the AGF said. It merely mentions accruals and disbursements of revenue from the Federation account, so questions of recovery of stolen funds from indicted public officers and illicit assets recovered internally are not contemplated by the spirit of the law internationally and are appropriately dealt with by other relevant laws. One cannot impute into legislation what is not specifically and expressly mentioned. It is therefore misleading to give the impression that recoveries and usage of stolen funds stashed abroad are provided for by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission Act. More so, when recoveries are products of by multiple jurisdictional legislations, thereby bringing recoveries into the purview of coverage of laws. He added, the AGF said Section 80 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended contemplates exceptions to funds not payable into the Federation account. He added that the recovery of stolen assets and the subsequent uses to which these funds may be employed are subject to international agreements between Nigeria and the affected countries, thereby bringing conflict of laws into contemplation. Importantly also, these repatriated funds are based on cooperation and mutual assistance agreements, especially the United Nations Convention Against Corruption and implementation of the Global Forum on Asset Recovery, principles on the repatriation of stolen assets. In recent years, the federal government had recovered massive amounts of looted funds, a large portion stolen by Mr. Abacha and stashed abroad while in power. Guys, that is it on this news. I would love to add one or two opinions concerning this news. What Mr. Malami is trying to say here is that the Nigerian government and the international government must come to an agreement before this money is being released into Nigeria, and that the laws of the two countries are conflicting. That is why it is being difficult to recover these funds. He even goes to say that there is no particular use for this money that is being recovered. It can be used on anything based on the agreement that the two countries have made. If it is like that, why is there no improvement in this country? Because they have been recovering funds since, or are they using this money for something else? The money that is being recovered for this last year, is it not enough to add into the economy and make it better? We only hear of how this money is being recovered, but there's nothing they tell us, no better evidence that they give us about what this money is being used for. I don't know the essence of recovering this money if they are not going to give us account of what the money is used for. So guys, that is it on this news. I would love to hear your opinion too about this news. Leave it down in the comment section below. Moving on to the next news. 3.7 billion naira recovered from NDDC contractor directors, Buhari says. President Muhammadu Buhari has said that the law enforcement agency has recovered over 3.7 billion naira from contractors and former directors of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Buhari, who stated this in Abuja on Tuesday, said aside the money, that the agency have also recovered various assets worth billions of naira. A statement from the State House said the president spoke at the inauguration of NDDC Advisory Committee, comprising the 9 governors of the Niger Delta region and the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs and Environment. To date, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and other agencies of government have recovered over 3.7 billion naira in cash as well as various assets worth billions of naira from some contractors and former directors of the commission. Furthermore, I am told that government agencies have placed liens on over 6 billion naira of assets which are being investigated, Buhari says. The president told the committee that the abuses of the past clearly show the need for strict and diligent oversight going forward. Guys, that is basically it on this news. I would love to add some comments to this news. It is good that they have recovered this 3.7 billion naira. But the real question here is, what are they going to use this money to do? What are they going to do that will impact on this economy? Because the previous ones that they say they have been using for economic growth, it is obvious that they have not done anything concerning economic growth, because this country is going more unstable day by day. Our president is trying to use people's head and make them feel like he is doing something. He's recovering funds from people he doesn't like. What of the people, his friends, his political brothers and sisters that are there stealing money on a daily basis? But then if you're his enemy, he's targeting you. Yes, he should target everybody if he wants to make a difference and actually wants to do something as the president. He ignores all other issues because he's interested in recovering funds so that he can still steal some of these funds. Let Nigerians be truthful to themselves and see that this government is not going to lead us to a better country. Nigeria is going worse by the day, and the government will continue to deceive us and make us think that they are doing the right thing for us. The best thing is for us to realize where we are now and look for a way to gain freedom from the persecution of this country. That is just it. Instead of them to use this money that is being given to them for the development of the Niger Delta, they are busy stealing this money for their own personal use. What is the gain of this? Why do Nigerians like to put themselves in their own situation? This country has so many potentials, but the potentials are being obstructed by greedy leaders, people that are put in position to help others, yet they suffer them. How can these people watch and see their own people suffer? If you go to the Niger Delta, you will see that these people are living in poverty. Corruption has eaten deep into the Nigerian system. There's so much to be done to wipe it out. And the president should start from himself, and his cabals. He should set examples so that when these people are fighting corruption, they will know that they are dealing with everybody. Not just setting examples only on one side of the country. Meanwhile, the main people that are stealing this money in folds, they are being left there because they are his own personal caucus. So they should continue in the evil that they are doing. A time will come when these people's incompetence will no longer be tolerated in this country, and then the people will have the chance to fight for their freedom, because we are all slaves to this government. Because by the time the president finishes his term, Nigeria will become something else. See what we are facing, and he is not even done with the term yet. So Nigeria should come together with a common purpose to defeat this government. If not, we will remain slaves, and that is how corruption will continue to eat us. It is only the future generation that will even suffer this the most, because if by now there is not improvement, no development at any sector in this country, and now there's coronavirus, the economy is coming down, the world economy is coming down gradually, we have bigger problems than we think we have. Our problems will not just be limited to just corruption and poverty. Maybe we'll be having the problem and issues of war, because this country is not stable anymore. So people should just do the right thing and support Biafra, so that we can leave this tyranny once and for all. At least start by supporting Biafra nation. If Nigerians can stand together, there's nothing we cannot achieve. It is only if some people are supporting evil, that is where confusion starts. So that is why we should take action into our own hands and do what is best for us. So guys, I would love to hear your opinion on this. Please leave it down in the comment section below. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our videos, and share these videos to other people so that they can watch. Thank you for watching our videos. Bye bye.